Come back to Madhav in just a short while. We'll of course await more updates from the CBI headquarters as well, where Mr. Manish Sisodia is likely to reach. He was escorted out of the Rouse Avenue court premises by officials of the Delhi police as well as the Central Bureau of Investigation. Sisodia's lawyers, in fact, putting the arguments before the CBI court that Mr. Sisodia is the finance minister of Delhi as well, has to present the budget. We're also getting some live pictures now from ANI. Where Mr. Sisodia is soon to be produced in the CBI headquarters after having been taken out of the Rouse Avenue court. Madhav, this is a big setback to the Aam Aadmi Party as well as Mr. Sisodia. And we also have Bhavtosh right now on the phone line. Madhav is joining us live. Madhav, tell us about what's happening around you right now. Of course, the security likely to be stepped up at the CBI headquarters where Mr. Sisodia will now be taken to. But the situation at the Rouse Avenue court in the aftermath of that verdict on the part of the CBI court, tell us what's happening.
Well, absolutely. Amidst high security, Manish Sisodia was brought in a few hours ago to the Rouse Avenue court. He was taken in, and of course, now that he has been given 5 days of custody of the CBI, in fact, Manish Sisodia being taken away from the court as well. But it's not without an interesting set of arguments that were put forth by both the CBI as well as the lawyers of Manish Sisodia, who said that this is a policy that had the stamp of approval as far as the LG is concerned. He had also signed off on this policy and in fact given suggestions, going further to say that just because Manish Sisodia was silent, that could not be construed as a sign of guilt, and therefore that line of argument of the CBI was incorrect, saying that there is nothing in the remand application that would merit further custody or any custody at all of Manish Sisodia for that matter. The CBI put forth several aspects, including the GON document, the fact that there was a document the CBI alleged that they found on the computer of Manish Sisodia, which was retrieved. It had been deleted and then it was retrieved, but clearly at some level or the other, several of the arguments, including that of the phones, all of that was put forth by the CBI. The judge concerned both the sets of arguments and finally arrived at the decision to grant Manish Sisodia's custody for 5 days. Remember, it is a maximum of 14 days of custody that can be taken as far as the investigating agency is concerned. In this particular case, as far as Manish Sisodia is concerned, 5 days have been asked for, they have been granted. What happens from here on remains to be seen. But certainly, of course, this is at any rate a huge setback as far as Manish Sisodia is concerned, and for now at least he would be very much within the custody of the CBI. The CBI said that they need to further interrogate him, they further need to get details from him as far as their recent documents and other aspects of evidence that they have in fact been unearthing through the course of the investigation, and confront him with all of those. That's really been the thrust of CBI's argument. What happens from here on, of course, remains to be seen. But for the CBI, which has made a high-profile arrest like this after several years, certainly for them it is the first step in their direction of actually successfully completing the prosecution. What happens from here on, of course, remains to be seen, because there are several high-profile names that have been taken up time and again through the course of the investigation. Will there be others who would also perhaps be arrested? That's a question that perhaps only the CBI would be able to answer.
Okay, Madhav, also a test of credibility on the part of the Central Bureau of Investigation, given the high-profile arrest that it has made in this particular matter. What kind of a line of questioning does the CBI adopt from here on, and whether or not Mr. Sisodia will be brought before some of the others who've been arrested in this matter, as well as the approver, Mr. Dinesh Arora, is something that remains to be seen. Mr. Sisodia is likely now to arrive at the CBI headquarters anytime soon. He was escorted out of the Rouse Avenue court. His arguments, at least for the time being, appear to not have found favor with the CBI court.